What's up, everyone? It is your girl, Beaute87 here, aka Grace, and it's time for another Why You Don't Need video, girl. So in today's Why You Don't Need, or Do You Really Need, I haven't decided which one I'm gonna call this yet. Who we're kidding is Why We Don't Need. We're gonna talk about the new ABH palette. So they came out with this palette called the Cosmos. This is what she looks like. And when I saw it, it immediately made me think of the new palette from UOMA. But then I thought about another UOMA palette, the one that UOMA Beauty came out with, her first collab palette. So I was like, if I got both these palettes, do I really need this ABH palette? And y'all know I'm really not rocking with ABH as it is right now. So I'm like, I don't need this palette. I'm not going to buy this palette. And I'm gonna tell you why we don't need this palette. Now, if you are still interested in the palette, my girl Karen Harris said she was gonna get it. She said in her new makeup releases video that she was gonna get it. So she said she was gonna compare it to the Jewels and Stones palette. I did tell her that she might want to look at the UOMA Beauty palette as well. So I got like 3 or 4 palettes here just to show y'all in comparison that I feel like look similar. They don't look exact. The only one I feel like truly looks super close is the UOMA Beauty one. But we're gonna start off with, you know, just some palettes in general. So I have the what is it? Passion in Paris from BH Cosmetics. I feel like it has some of the tones in it, not all of them, because it has like that more cool tonish vibe, if you will. Let me look at this palette here, y'all. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of those tones in it. It doesn't have the warm tone, peachish type tones, but when it comes to the other parts, I feel like it has somewhat of it. I hear it's supposed to be like dual chrome shades, those shimmers at the bottom, and that's what's supposed to make it unique. So this one wouldn't necessarily go with it. Matter of fact, I don't think I brought this here for that. I think this was supposed to stay at my house and be compared to another palette, and I brought it here by accident. Matter of fact, it was supposed to be compared to the Gems and Jewels palette. That wasn't even supposed to be in this video, girl. But anyway, you guys to see a pretty palette. Yay. Next, I have the Smoky Rose palette from, excuse me, Beaute. I feel like this is somewhat similar to it as well. This is what she looks like on the inside. As you can see, it has some warm tone shades in it, and then it has you know, a darker tone or two, but the difference is it doesn't have those transitioning shades. So I feel like that's the only thing that's making the palette special, is those iridescent I guess multi-chrome or dual chrome shades that they have in the palette or whatever. But I'm like, you know, to me it's not personally worth it just for that. But then again, we have to think about how much makeup I have, so it's not really doing it for me. Next, the Jewels and Gem palette. I always thought this was Jewels and Gems, so I have wrote everywhere Gems instead of Gem. Random side note. But yeah, I feel like it looks somewhat similar to this palette. This one I feel like is a little bit closer to it than the first two I showed you, which is why I mentioned it. But with the tones going on here, I feel like they could like possibly work out. And the last but certainly not least is the Sea Talk palette. Now this is the one that when I saw it swatched out, I was like, yes, Lauren's palette is definitely giving what this palette is giving. Now, it doesn't have the iridescent shades to go along with the way theirs does, but I feel like a lot of shades in her palette are really similar. Like, if you put this palette and Lauren's palette together, I feel like it looks pretty close. Like, if you take out the green and the fun, like, pinkish blue shade, I feel like it has a lot of the same tones. I feel like she popped in a couple of fun neutral shades, and the rest is boring like there. See, like, cup your hand over there. I see a good majority of the shades from that palette just by covering up these 2 shades right here. So, I mean, so we're going to do a look with Lauren's palette to tell you why you don't need that palette. Let me zoom in real quick. If you're curious what's on my eyes right now, you will definitely see this video before you see this video. This is the new Deep Sea Treasures palette from Clear Cosmetics. I paired it with the Nomad Cosmetics Valentine's palette that my friend Dionluvsmakeup so graciously gifted me, because she gets their palettes in PR. But those are the mattes I use, and then the shimmers I use were from the Deep Sea Treasures palette, which that video actually goes up today when I'm filming this on Monday. So I'm gonna go off camera, take this eye off. You're gonna have to ignore my lower lash line because I didn't plan on I had forgot that I had planned on filming this today, so I had just went about my normal makeup routine. But I'll be right back, okay, girl? And we'll have an eye, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do from there. So I just got this warm, cool combination of blue smoky eye. Of course, the outer V isn't gonna be as deep as that one because that's literally a black shade, but I worked with what I had, girl. So I used these 2 shades right here that I felt like look really similar to the neutral shades that were in the palette, and then we used these 3 shades right here to create our blue smoky eye. So blue smoky eye. I know, right? That was such a struggle bus moment. So I felt like they look pretty similar to these. Now I know they don't look exact. I said similar, but I feel like this blue this super dark blue glitter shade could work out for us pretty well. Of course, like I said, that's the black. This is the shade I use to put for the inner corner, and then I went off these pictures to pick that shade and that shade, and then this light blue was just the lightest blue in her palette for the inner corner. So that's what I worked with. As you can see, they have quite a few more lighter shades in their palette than I do. So I'm gonna start off with the shade Dolphin Tail. That's one I use for the crease, and this palette is still in stock on Utenside's website. They restocked it for one more time for people to pick up, so you can still pick it up. That's the only reason I'm doing this video too, because I know you can still pick up the palette. Then I took the shade Driftwood and put it in the crease. The shade, what is this, Night Swim is on the outer V, and the shade Ocean Jewel is on the lid, and then we put Mermaid Scale in the inner corner. So let's start off with Dragon Tail. Sorry, Dolphin Tail. But yeah, so y'all, when I saw this swatched out on like Sunday morning when I woke up, I was like, yep, we're doing it. We're doing it. I was like, it's too close for us to pass up. And it's Lauren's first collab too, so I definitely wanted to have an excuse to bust it back out again, because like I said in that video, I was so excited that she finally got a collab. So I'm like, since she finally got one, I'm just like, yes, give it to me. Yes, give me an excuse to use it. Oh, you say that ABH is coming out with a palette? You don't need to go buy Lauren's. Go support Lauren. Go support another's content creator. If you're a content creator like I am, or one of your favorite content creators, if you like Lauren. I like that Lauren remakes palettes a lot of the time instead of buying them herself. So I want to pay it forward and make sure I put shout out her palette instead of trying to get you to go buy an ABH palette. So paying it forward out here. So next I'm using the shade Driftwood. So I'm just starting my crease here and just bust it out. And I'm thinking about doing another palette combination video, because I definitely want to put the Jewels and Gem palette with what is the Floral palette from Makeup Just for Fun. I feel like that'd be a nice combination of palettes, because it has some purples and some greens that don't come in that palette. It has that unique bluish shades to it, along with the pinks and purple and mauve tones in it. But what I like about Lauren, Makeup Just for Fun is she has, what do you call them? She has greens and she has purple, so it's like those, I feel like, be a nice combination to the Jewels and Gem palette. So I'm definitely gonna make sure I combine both of those together and make a video about it. I got a couple more videos I want to film, but I'm not gonna try to film tonight, because by the time I leave here it should be like close to 5 o'clock, more like 4:45. But still, I'm like, I want to, you know, actually go to sleep and relax and then get up. I have to go help out another part of the company tomorrow that I've never been to before, so I want to make sure I get some sleep, so that way I can, like, you know, get there on time. Because getting 5-10 minutes late to work at my establishment is okay, but it's like the first time I'm taking night swim now, but the first time going to somebody else's place and being late isn't a good look. So I'm trying to make sure I just do this one video. If I was just going to my place of work, I'm not even front, I would probably film more videos, just because I'd be like, you know, if I'm 5 or 10 minutes late, the world isn't gonna come to an end. But going to somebody else's establishment, you should probably like be on time, and then I need to find out where to park and all the other stuff. So it's like I have to put that in my GPS and figure that out as well. So it's a whole nother thing. Y'all, thought I had wiped off all my eyeliner, and I had not, so it's just kind of sitting here on the line, on the lash line. But oh well, this is what happens when you be trying to do looks at 4 in the morning, bro. You know, you be struggle bus, because it's literally like 4 something in the morning while we're doing this. The dedication is real. You gotta give me my props on that. If you want to give me props on nothing else, give me props on my dedication. You got a video every single day since the pandemic started. So let's not sleep on her for that. And I'm pre-filmed now all the way to August while I'm filming this. So, and we don't know how many more makeup releases are coming out. Oh, as you can see, I have on the earring from Inside. This is the cuff earring set that they have with the one piece, and then just the ear on its own. I had these on in the video you all saw yesterday with the Inside collection, but I actually really like this set. I like earring sets like this that have, like, you know, unique cuffs, and then you have like just one random everyday earring. So I was definitely gonna get this even if I hadn't bought both the palettes, just because it's definitely my sense of style when it comes to jewelry. And I know I don't wear jewelry that often. I have to like get used to wearing it again, because I remember y'all for like years my grandma would like dig in everybody's stuff and buys everybody's stuff. So it's like I had put it away, and then I got used to not wearing it. So I'm like, I'm trying to get myself used to wearing it again. We're gonna take the shade Ocean Jewel now. Because she was like a little kid. If you set anything down, you would not see it again. So I was like, oh no, we're just gonna pack it up. And I brought it over here since she hadn't been to her house in forever. So now I have to slowly bring it back over to my house and remember to put it on. I got like a box of just random jewelry pieces I normally wear on my dresser, but like all my other stuff is like here. So I'm trying to slowly transition it back, but you know, easier said than done. This is a nice sparkly shade. It's not, I don't feel like it's as sparkly as the ones I was wearing from Cleoned Cosmetics, but it's a very nice sparkly blue shade. It makes me think of Teal Me More from Dose of Colors when I gave y'all my go-to blue smoky eye look video featuring that shade, because that's like one of my go-to shades when I'm in a rush and I need to get a smoky eye look done. That's my go-to blue smoky eye, literally. Like I just grab that single, I'll grab whatever neutral palette I have with a black in it and call it a day. So I'm just taking more of, what is it, Night Swim on the outer V. Y'all know I like to adjust. I'm probably gonna put some more of the warm shade, the driftwood, into the crease just to vamp it up a little bit, and then we'll go in with, you know, what is it, Mermaid Scale, which is our inner corner shade. I feel like the lower lash line actually turned out pretty well with this eye look, which I was kind of concerned about, but I feel like it looks pretty decent. It could look worse, so you know, try to be grateful with what it does look like. Now on to Mermaid Scale. I forgot how pretty this shade was and how many extra glitters it had in it. That sparkle and look amazing. Which remind me of the shade I had in my inner corner earlier called Saltwater Pearl from the Deep Sea Treasure palette. But yeah, y'all, this is pretty much my finished eye look. So what we're working with. I might put on some black eyeliner just for a little bit of effect, especially since I already got eyeliner up here and it doesn't match. But this is the reason why I feel like you don't necessarily need this palette, because if you need iridescent duochromes in your collection, you can buy some from Luxy Beauty. They have some amazing ones, and all theirs are so reasonably priced till it's like you can get them for $3 or $5. And if you already own this palette, like you'd have all those, and then you'd have those iridescent shades that you were looking from the ABH palette. So that's why I feel like you don't need this palette. But you know, you can comment down below and tell me what you think of the eye look, and if you think that you still want to get the palette or you don't. Like I said, you can go check out my girl Karen Harris's video whenever it goes up, because she's going to compare the palette so you can see both the palettes live in color in 4K and see if you like to still get the palette after seeing some comparisons. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.